Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Taylor Rene, and I want to say hello to all of my Tay R Babies out there. I have missed you guys, and I'm sorry that I haven't posted a video in a while. It's just been super duper crazy and busy with Anna, my boyfriend's daughter. She went back to school today, so I had to, you know, get her ready for school and get her dropped off and all that good stuff. But she's back in school and she's doing great. She loves school. She's been talking about it like for the past 2 weeks. But this video today is going to be about the truth about SRS or GRS. For those of you who don't know what SRS stands for, it stands for sex reassignment surgery, and GRS stands for gender reassignment surgery. They both pretty much mean the same thing. It's just different surgeons choose to use different terminology to categorize it for their services. Some of the things I will be talking about in the video is recovery, healing, complications I experienced during my surgery, the results. I'll go over like the cost and whatnot. The location, I'll let you know the surgeon's name, all that good stuff. Just a little disclaimer, I'm gonna try to be pretty graphic as YouTube will allow me to be with this video. So if you guys have any questions or you want me to go into any further detail about anything that I discussed in the video today, please leave a comment below. You can email me. The email will be in the description box below as well, or you can write me on YouTube. So yeah, let's get into the video. But I had my gender reassignment surgery, or SRS, whatever you want to call it. I had it performed in San Francisco, California area. The specific town is Greenbrae, California, but basically it's like San Francisco pretty much. That's where the doctor's office is, in Greenbrae. The surgery itself actually takes place in San Francisco in a hospital. I believe the hospital that I had the surgery in was Shutter Health. Not 100% sure. I will try to find the name of the hospital and also link that down in the description box below. And the surgeon that performed my surgery was Dr. Thomas Satterwhite. Amazing surgeon, very personable. He made me feel very comfortable throughout the whole entire process. I can say the office was really good about returning phone calls or returning emails when I had questions about certain things that happened during the surgery. Well, after the surgery, excuse me. So recovery-wise, I was able to, I would say, move around. Well, let me go back. The surgery itself took about 5 hours for the surgery to be completed. I was the first person that he performed surgery on for that day. And my surgery was at 7:30 in the morning, I believe. So I live about 2.5 to 3 hours away from San Francisco. So I literally left my house, I think, like at 2:30 in the morning or 3 o'clock to get there on time. So I got there, I got checked into the hospital. They put me in a robe, a gown, and like socks and everything. They put these compression socks on you, and during surgery you have these massagers on your legs. That way you do not experience any blood clots. And then after that, they will prepare you, you know, they will put your IV in, and doctor comes in and talks to you. Once the doctor comes in and talks to you, they let my family come in, say hi and their goodbyes, and then they wheeled me off to surgery. I went into surgery. I remember them talking to me, and then I remember waking up. That's literally, I was on the table. They had me get onto the table. They were talking to me, and then lights out, and then I woke up. Like, is it over? Recovery, they say, takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to comfortably be able to move around. The whole entire healing process itself takes up to a year for you to be fully healed internally. My recovery was, I would say, fairly easy compared to some of the girls' stories that I've heard, or some of the YouTubers that I've watched. But nonetheless, I did have just, I would say, normal complications. The first day you're in the hospital, they kind of want you to rest, and then the second day they have you get up and you start to walk. So I got up to walk, to take my lap around the nurse's station, and honey, let me tell you, like, I was doing fine, honey. I got out the bed, I was moving, I was like, okay, this, you know, I can do this. But then when I got back to my bed, I felt a whole bunch of like moisture in the genital area, and like I literally looked down there and like I was like bleeding, like I had bled through my gown. And so I called my nurse, the nurse comes in, and then the doctor sent the physician assistant over to take a look at everything and make sure everything was okay. Well, I was stitched so tight, like literally when I went to walk, like I popped a stitch, because they'll put packing in after the surgery to keep things open, and then they put like I don't know what it, like gauze and some, I don't even know what it is, but it's like a hard, kind of a hard like protective shell that they put, and they stitch it to your body, that way it doesn't come off. Well, I popped one of those stitches, to say the least, and I was like freaking out because there was blood, and I had to like keep ice packs on the area to kind of slow the bleeding, and finally it stopped and everything was okay. My hospital stay was, I would say, it was really, really good. I was kept comfortable. I didn't really experience any pain or anything. I wasn't in any pain after waking up. I felt a little pressure. I felt pressure down there, but that was just because of the packing. My nurses were wonderful. I love them. I told them I would go back to visit them. And it's been over a year. It's been a year and 2 months since the surgery. It happened June 1st of 2017. Yeah, I need to go back and visit them, because those are my girls. Like, I love them. They held it down for me, honey. So recovery, I healed pretty well, I would say. I did I had 2 minor complications. One complication was I had got a bladder infection, a UTI. So I was prescribed antibiotics to clear that up, which is known. Like when you sign your authorization forms, it states that one of the risks or complications that could possibly happen is bladder infection. Just because after the surgery you have to have a catheter in, and the catheter stays in for, I believe, 4 to 5 days, and then they take it out. Well, that brings us to this part. I get to the hospital. I drive 2.5 hours. My best friend drove me to my follow-up appointment. Thank you so much, Johnny. Like, you are like the real MVP. Like, he was like my ride or die. He was there for me, like, through it all. And we got there, we get checked in, we go in the back, they take the catheter out, and before you can leave the doctor's office, you have to be able to urinate by yourself without the catheter. So they fill your bladder up with a saline solution, and then you have to go urinate it out. So I go and I'm able to urinate, but then when I get home, like literally I could not urinate. Like, it's freaking me out. You have to drink all these fluids to keep yourself hydrated. So I'm drinking all this stuff, and like, just being the worrywart that I am, baby, I was freaking out. I went to email the nurses. Honey, I believe I went to the emergency room twice. Once was for that because I couldn't pee, and then the other time was because I was in pain and I had ran out of pain medication, and with it being in a different city, I didn't receive my prescription in time enough. So that's just, I don't know. I can give y'all another story time about that if y'all want a story time about that. But I was freaking out because I couldn't urinate, and literally, like, I had to monitor like my urine, like, over the 2 days. They give like this cup, and you have to like pee so many milliliters. I think I had to pee like 300 milliliters or 500 milliliters. They won't even pay. Can't even talk. Say milliliters sounds really weird to me, milliliters, but and then finally I kept ice on, and they told me keep taking Advil. Advil helps with the inflammation, the swelling. So by the grace of God, by the end of the second day, I was able to go comfortably. I wasn't sitting there straining, crying anymore. I was good, baby. Yeah, those were that was one of the main complications, was the bladder infection from the catheter. The other complication would have been just the stitch getting popped when they made me walk. And then there was one more complication, I would have to say. When they created the vagina, by the way, Dr. Satterwhite did an amazing job. Aesthetically, there is sensation. He just did his thing, baby. But the fact of the matter is, they tell you when you have the surgery that there's a chance that things won't take. So on my vagina, the clitoral hood didn't take. I had, I believe it's called tissue disintegration, where when they grafted that part, it just kind of, it died. It wasn't enough blood supply for that piece of tissue to live. So that's one thing that I would want to go back to have a revision done with Dr. Satterwhite. I just would want that fixed. And then, this may be TMI, but I'm going to share it anyways, because I know there's a lot of trans women out there who would like to know these details, so I'm going to share them. I'm sorry if it's TMI. So then the vaginal canal, I feel like there's just a little bit of extra skin, and when it comes time for intercourse, it just makes intercourse a little bit more difficult. So I would like to see if maybe that could be kind of cut down a little bit, and just, I want the clitoral hood fixed. Those are the only things. Other than that, everything else has been amazing. When I first had this surgery, they said that I had a very good vaginal depth to work with. So that was really really good. The other thing I would have to talk about is dilation, because after you have your surgery, you have to dilate. A lot of people don't know what dilation is, but I'm going to show you what dilation is. So dilation is when you have to insert a medical grade stent into your vagina in order to keep the opening, the vaginal canal, open. Or how else could I word this for you guys? Also to maintain the depth of your vagina as well, because you can lose depth if you don't dilate. I'm so sorry about that. So this is this, when they first give you the pack, they say this is the smallest dilator that you will get. They're lying to you, honey, because I had so much inflammation on the inside, I couldn't fit this one in there, so they had to give me a special dilator. So this is what I started off with. Kind of a big damn difference that they don't, you know. But I started off with this one. I think I did this one for like a week or two, just so the swelling and inflammation went down. And then I began with this one. You're supposed to do this one, I believe, for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then you move to the next size up, which would be your blue dilator. And then you move to your green. And then you move to the Holy Grail, the orange one. I'm not gonna lie, I still have not used this orange one, because this to me is just like redonkulous. Like, this is just like ridiculous. Like, come on, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave this down here. But when you first start to dilate, they want you to dilate 3 times a day for 15 minutes. When you first begin to dilate, it's a little bit easier, because more than likely you have taken time off from work, so you have that free time to dilate. But once you go back to work, you're not realistically gonna have time to dilate 3 times a day. It's not. There's life, there's work. Like, you're not going to be able to dilate at work, you know. Everything's so tender and just kind of sore down there. You don't really want to have to deal with. You want to be comfortable when you dilate. You want to be laying down. You want to be relaxed. You're not going to want to have to go to your car. To me, personally, I'm pretty sure it's some people out there that have done it, but personally to me, I don't think it's feasible to like dilate in your car. Like honestly, like, people are gonna be walking by. It's just. So what I did when I went back to work is what I would do is I would dilate in the morning before I got in the shower and got ready for work, and then when I got home, because I was going to school actually, I was going to medical assisting school as well as working full time, so I really had no time to dilate. So when I would get home from work, I would dilate. So they wanted 3 times a day for 15 minutes. I would dilate in the morning before work for 15 minutes, and then when I got home, I would dilate. But I would dilate for 30 minutes instead of 15 minutes to make the 45 minutes of dilating that day. Like, I'm not telling you to go out and have a surgery and then like not follow what the surgeon tells you to do, because the surgeon told me to dilate 3 times a day for 15 minutes, but that just wasn't realistic for my life at the time. So what I decided to do was I still allotted the proper time, the 45 minutes throughout the day, but I kind of just did it at my own speed. And I remember I let the nurses know that I was doing that, and that was fine. Like, you know, that there was no problem with that. So it was okay with that. What a lot of people don't tell you, after you have the surgery, you have your discharge, your bleeding, like, it's gonna be like you're on the worst menstrual cycle that you've ever had, and then like your menstrual cycle will kind of stop. It stops, like you don't really bleed anymore. Like you bleed here and there until you're healed, and then you don't really bleed anymore. But discharge, it'll say that you will continuously have some discharge, and discharge is okay because discharge means that your body's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Discharge is essentially it's like your body's like cleaning itself, you know. Now, of course, you do have to pay attention because not all discharge is good discharge, but you should, over time, familiarize yourself, and I don't even know if familiarize yourself is a word, but for the purpose of this video, we will say familiarize. You want to familiarize yourself with your discharge, that way you can have an idea of it, what your normal discharge is, because you don't want to be just blind, like it's something wrong, like, you know, like you do want to pay attention to the different signs, there's different colors, there's odors, like all that stuff. You can Google it if you aren't really sure about it, but honestly, like I Googled so much stuff just to like be able to learn about like different surgeons, different programs, different everything. I'll never get that down there, but cost. Now the cost of the surgery is $22,000. That's the price that is paid to the surgeon, but that doesn't include like hospital stay and all that stuff. When I received the bill from Kaiser, because I was a Kaiser patient at the time, as I stated in previous videos, they sent me an invoice. The invoice is like something I believe like $89,000, something like that. I will try to find it and like do a video and like show you guys it. Like I kept it because I'm like, honey, that's like my receipt for my prized possession, honey. Like, you know, I worked hard to get to the point that I am today. And you know, it's gonna be a lot of people out there who would knock you or try to put you down for you trying to live your best life. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that it's your best life and you're living it for yourself. And everyone's entitled to an opinion. You know, you may not like their opinion, but you know, as long as they respect you, that's all that matters. You know, but they will respect you. And I know a lot of you guys are going to ask about like electrolysis. Did I have to get electrolysis? Yes, I did have to get electrolysis. I did electrolysis for like a year and a half. I'm not going to lie, it's the most damn painful thing that I probably have experienced in my damn life is electrolysis. For you guys don't know, electrolysis is the only FDA approved hair removal, permanent hair removal. That's the only FDA permanent hair removal. That's the only thing that they say is going to get rid of that hair for sure is electrolysis. Electrolysis, they take like a super tiny micronized needle and they stick it a hair port, and then they send electricity in it. And when they send the electricity in it, kind of like fries the hair follicle and makes the hair follicle die so no more hair grows. But they have to do it for each and every single hair follicle. And when I say like I was in there like having like my leg was like twitching and stuff, like I was having involuntary muscle like movements. Like I was like on my, like I was telling her like I am so sorry, like I kept apologizing. I felt like I was gonna kick her in her face, but baby, like by the grace of God, he got me through it, and I'm here today. So I want to tell all of you guys out there, like, you can do it too. Like, you know, I remember I was just talking to my mom the other day about this actually, and I'm gonna wrap this video up because it's getting long already. But I was telling her that I would look back when I had first started my transition, and I would think to myself like, wow, like I really wish that by the time I'm 25, like I could at least have like one of my surgeries done, like that I wanted. Like I always wanted to have a breast augmentation, and I always wanted to have a vaginoplasty. Those were always two surgeries that I wanted. Like, you know, like I didn't know how I was gonna do it, baby, but I was gonna figure out how to do it. My daughter has just busted in the room, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. Say hi to YouTube, Anna. Say hi.
No, I got charged.
She's into her game right now, so she's not worried about me. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys liked it. Please remember to subscribe, thumbs up this video. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and you can follow my Snapchat. I will drop the description, and I will drop the links in the description box below. Still trying to learn this YouTube stuff, but we will get it together, baby, as a team, you know. But if you have any questions about my video, please let me know, and I'll get back to you guys. And as always, I love all of my Tay R Babies. Don't forget to slay and be blessed. And I know, like in my first video that I ever posted, I always said I don't do braids, but I don't know, like I really have been liking braids, and these braids have really been growing my hair out. So I'm like, maybe I might just go ahead and stick with braids for a little bit, you know. I did these myself actually yesterday, you guys. So I did my makeup. It's kind of getting oily already, but I did like a little brown in the crease and a little gold eyeshadow and just a little kind of bronzy highlighter. But yeah, bye YouTube.